Hey, what's going on, guys? Killer6 back with some more Borderlands for you, and today we're going to take a look at my skill tree, my build, and kind of show you what I use, why I use it, and why it works. So let's start off with the gear that I like to use. First of all, let me put everything in place the way it's supposed to be. Alright, so first off, the grog nozzle. This thing is kind of self-explanatory. This is a moxie gun, so it heals you as you do damage to enemies. You can hold this in your hand and throw something like the chain lightning grenade at an enemy, and you're going to get all of your health back instantly. It's pretty amazing. Up next, we've got the Norfleet. The Norfleet is a rocket launcher that shoots out a lot of projectiles. When those projectiles hit near enemies, those enemies die. It's pretty amazing. This thing you have to kill either Hyperius the Invincible or Vermivorous the Invincible to get. So it's not the easiest thing in the world to get, but it's super powerful and super well worth the farm. Up next, we got the Flying Sandhawk. Now, the flying is the best prefix. This little piece on the side is what makes it the flying prefix. Mine also has a dull stock, dull grip. So this is everything that you want in a Flying Sandhawk. This one's perfect. So definitely recommend getting this in as many elements as possible. I've got a guide on how to farm multiple quest rewards if you wanted to check that out. Next up, we've got the Double Penetrating Unkempt Herald. Now, this one is also perfect. This one's got a Tord grip. The little thing right here at the bottom looks like a flashlight. That is the thing that gives it the double penetrating prefix. And as you can see, I got Jacob's ring sights on here. That's just my own personal preference. I just like the way those look when you aim down sights. I just like the way that looks and feels. It's really nice. Alright, up next we got the shield that I'm using right here. This is the Bee Shield. This one is an alkaline bee, so it grants immunity to corrode damage. Also like to use the antagonist a lot. Usually if I'm running a gun build and I'm not, or a pistol build, and I'm not too worried about, you know, maximizing damage like I would with a Sandhawk, then I'll use the Double Penetrating Unkempt Herald. But let's put the bee back on. I'm going to show you something real quick. So also you got the Bone of the Ancients. This one gives me plus 39% damage for incendiary, and also a 47% cooldown on my action skill. We've also got the Chaotic Evil Rogue class mod, which you get from the Tiny Tina DLC, and as I pointed out before, the Chain Lightning Grenade. We'll go over the skill tree here in just a moment. First, let's go ahead and show you what this build is capable of. These are OP8 enemies, and they melt. They just absolutely melt. Even if you get in trouble, you can go invisible, throw kunai, deathmark things, and we'll go over why those things work so well in just a moment. Even if you take some damage, you'll be back in Deception before you know it. While you're in Deception, you can let your shield recharge all the way and then murder things again. So it's pretty powerful. And one more guy here. There you go. Alright, so now let's show with the antagonist shield. And I'm going to go ahead and put on my pistol and my pistol damage there. And as you will see, this build is equally powerful. Actually, not build, but this loadout, I guess you would say, because we're focused on pistol damage here versus SMG damage. And as you can see, even without a V-shield, you can still melt things. I don't even have to aim down sights most of the time. Just hip fire and murder things. It's pretty awesome. Pretty good. Alright, so now let's go into the actual skill tree here. This is what I like to call the Cunning Gun build. So primarily I work on the middle tree first as I'm leveling up. I want to get fast hands, which gives you reload and weapon swap speed. I put 1 point into counter strike in case I want to rock the legendary hunter class mod, because as you can see with that class mod, you get a point in each of these top items except for that one. So having that legendary class mod is pretty powerful sometimes. But I like to have this critical damage and fire rate most of the time. Let's see, what else? Okay. Further down this tree, a lot of these skills are not super important. Like both of these aren't that important, but you need some points here so you can work your way down here. Rising Shot's good. You get 10% per stack gun damage. Melee damage I'm not too worried about. Deathmark is the most amazing thing, in my opinion. You go in Deception or you stab something, hit things with kunai, stab them, it doesn't matter. You get that big 0 over their head and they're going to take, what is it, 80% bonus damage, so pretty amazing. And as you can see, I can even, I could kunai these guys and get health back with the grog nozzle as well. So yeah. This build is really good for mobbing. You just got to know when to engage and when to disengage. Being able to go invisible in Deception makes this even better. And like I said, most of the time while you're in Deception, you can stay in there all the way until your B shield is recharged if that's something that's important to you. But right now I'm using the Antagonist here. Alright, all the way at the bottom is Death Blossom. This is where you get your Kudai to throw out at enemies. And then we also have Two Fang. Two Fang is what causes my gun to do, let's hear that random do-do-do. I get an extra bonus shot out of my gun a lot of times with that. Alright, now after that I work on this tree, the sniping tree, which I don't really snipe, but I've got some points over here because a lot of these things will work for other guns as well. Like this one, headshot, critical hit damage. You got a kill skill here. When you kill an enemy, you get a bonus critical damage and reload speed for a few seconds. First shot from a fully loaded magazine deals increased damage up to 60%, which is amazing. Velocity, now if I'm using a Pimpernel, I will turn velocity off a lot of times. Sometimes I don't even bother, but velocity is what makes my Sandhawk bullets go that fast. Without velocity, they don't get there quite as quick. And I need them to get there quick, so that's why I like that. Alright, most important, in some situations at least, like Bunker, Hyperius, is Bore. Your shots pierce through enemies. Each additional hit takes 100% damage. So on something like Bunker, where it bounces around and hits all those hitboxes inside of him, this causes insane amounts of damage. Same thing with Hyperius when you get his loaders, his bots all grouped up on him. Then I also like to put 5 into headshot, or I'm sorry, kill confirmed, which gives you an additional 40% critical hit damage. Occasionally I'll put some points in these things, but right now I kind of like the build the way it is right here. Over here we got 5 out of 5 into Killing Blow. I probably shouldn't have bothered putting anything into Iron Hand, honestly. Realistically, I would just put 3 out of 5 right here on Grim to give you your shield regen a little bit faster and your cooldown rate a little bit faster. It's not dramatic, but I like to have points there just to have them there. You see the badass rank is off. Thank goodness, because it's really high. It's a really high badass rank. Play this game a lot. Played it a few times. So that's my build. Now, in addition to the items that I showed you, I also like to use the interfacer a lot. I also like to use a quad on occasion. It's a really powerful shotgun. The Pimpernel, as I mentioned previously, the Pimpernel is one that when it hits, it has projectiles splatter out. As you can see, the split on the projectiles right now is a lot further than it would be if I didn't have velocity, and that causes you to miss some shots with velocity on. But it's no big deal. Lady Fist, this is 800% critical hit damage weapon here. So this thing, if you hit your shots, is very powerful. Aside from that, I've got Trespasser for shooting Pete's helmet off, and also for killing Veracitus's little witch doctor guy. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it. That's the stuff that I like to use. I don't really go into any of these other shields. I just use B and Antagonist all the time. I do have fastball grenades occasionally, magic missile, but otherwise I'm using, you know, just the chain lightning. I also have, you know, several Bone of the Ancients. I need to get a corrosive one for when I do corrosive damage, but I also like to use the Sheriff's Badge when I'm doing mainly pistol stuff. So there you guys have it. That is my build. Now the most important piece of this build is the costume. As you can see, I'm wearing Malawan Elegance. Without that, I just don't do nearly as much damage. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. If you're new around here, hit subscribe. Let me know which character you would like to see my build on next, whether it be Salvador, Axton, Maya, please don't say Gage, Krieg. Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.